Alright, welcome to the StarCraft2Cast.com presentation. I am breakycpk, going to be your shoutcasting host, and joining me is nobody, because I'm going to be doing this solo. I'm testing the waters in StarCraft 2. Again, I am not a pro player by any means. Hell, I don't even know half the terms in this game, but what the hell, I just figured, I'm playing the game a lot, might as well try casting it. After all, I am a avid fan of Honcasting, obviously. I'm known from Honcast.com. For those tuning in, obviously you all know me from there, so I don't even know why I'm saying this. But anyway, so for the match here today, this is just a random replay I downloaded off of GoToGamers.net. We got Duckloadra playing Protoss, taking on Goody, playing the Terran. Again, I do not know these players whatsoever. I do not follow the competitive scene, so I have no freaking clue. But let's go ahead and start this replay and see what happens, as we have a whisper coming in. Thanks, Pete. Just totally blocking the middle of my screen right there. But we do have the good luck, have fun, and the good luck, so both of these two players obviously respecting each other, and you like to see that in competitive tier games like this. So obviously off to a slow start. I'm going to go ahead and change this to faster times 2 for now. Maybe slow it down a little bit later when we do come to the team fights, but yeah, I'll probably just keep it at faster times 2. So we'll see what who chooses to do what in terms of build and whatnot. We do have a SCV going out right here, kind of scouting things out, looking to place a supply depot down at the entrance. Of course, very typical Terran type build. We have the probe scout going out for the Protoss. He's going to be able to scout things out and see what type of build Goody's going for, see if he's going for any type of rush or maybe to look to catch him off guard. He has a Rax going out right away as well. And you see the probe sneak right on in to now taking 1 vs 1 against his SCV. Obviously, the probe 1 vs 1, he will win that fight, but now he's starting to run around, get more scouting on. A refinery being built. He's going to be able to see that. So give him more of an idea of what he can expect right here. Again, he's just waiting for the shield to regen with wandering around, then he goes back in and attacking these SCVs. So very good play right here by the Protoss player, Duckloadra. And in the meantime, he's actually building up a couple of pylons himself. Already has his assimilator up, and now a couple of gateways, or one gateway, excuse me, now building a cybernetics core back here. So playing a very, very defensive-minded strategy in terms of getting the buildings up quickly. He's not protecting his entrance right here, although a tight entrance, but he's not worried whatsoever about a quick rush from the Terran by any means. So it's obviously where he's going for a build like that. And of course, putting a probe at the Xel'Naga Tower to give himself sight. We have a very quick, no, this is actually just a supply depot though. He's blocking the expansion right here for the Protoss player. A very good play on the Terran's part, but a nice play by the Zealot coming in and taking out the supply depot as soon as possible. You now see warp gates being researched. He already has his first Stalker built after that first Zealot. Or I think that's actually, no, that is his first Zealot. So he's going to rush Stalkers right away, getting his expansion out right now at this point in the game. I'm actually going to slow it down now. It's starting to pick up quite a bit, so what the hell? I'll slow it down a little bit. So he's starting his expansion right now. All he has is a Stalker and a Zealot to defend, but obviously, he doesn't need to defend against too much. You see 4 Marines currently built up right here for the Terran player Goody, and he has a Rax now up, or excuse me, not a Rax, a bunker. And so his protection is now set, so in case of any offensive attack coming from Duckloadra, he'd be able to protect it quite effectively, but as you can see from the build currently, that is not going to be the case, as he did go for that early expansion and spending more resources on that. You see him getting a pylon up, going to start protecting that as soon as possible as well. We have an SCV scouting these out, but he's going to run right into the Stalker, and the SCV will be able to scout out. I believe he was able to scout out enough right there. No, he was not able to see it, so he has no clue that the expansion is being built yet in terms of being able to see it, but he probably has a general idea that it was being attempted to build, and it probably is built by now. So 3 Stalkers now out for Duckloadra. And he currently has 3, yes, he has 3 gateways now. The 3rd one's getting finished right here. He's already built a robotics facility, so we'll see if he goes for something like Immortals, maybe eventually even Colossus, obviously very popular strategy against Terran players. And we see him putting an observer out right now as well to help scout things out. You see the rally point right there, all the way down here. And as far as the Terran player goes, once again, you see him getting his first starport up, and also building a tech lab on top of that. Now getting another supply depot up, so trying to keep from getting supply capped, obviously. Now 43 out of 43, so once this one is finished, he'll be able to build more units. That's a little bit unfortunate on his part. He does have some Banshees being built right here. The expansion has been finished. You see the probes now doing their best to mine as fast as possible as their little feet can move them. So these gateways, at least a couple of them were used right there. Again, porting in the Stalkers. Having 4 Zealots right now, though, so he's also getting the Zealots on top of that. Just not going for exactly just a Stalker Rush. We do have a look at a Banshee coming in right here, and no Observer in sight though, unfortunately, for this Protoss player. He actually sent it out, so he needs that Observer to get back as soon as possible. He sends the probes back in, but they're just going to keep getting picked off, but he figures it's worth it because he does not want to risk, does not want to lose the time in terms of getting that farm. He is building another Observer right here. The other Observer must have got taken out. Wasn't paying attention to it, but in the meantime, this Banshee is just totally disrupting these probes, and that's really going to slow the income farm in terms of the blue side for Protoss player. Look at his income right now. It was all the way down to 0 for a while there, and that's really, really troublesome. At least he was able to get that expansion up effectively, but this is really putting him behind. As we take a look at the units, only 25 probes now compared to the 29. I'm not sure how many. Let's see how many he lost right there. He's actually lost 15 units total, so you got to figure 10 to 12 of those were probes right there. In fact, I think it might even be around 14. So that's a very good play right there by Goody playing the Terran once again. Excellent pressure using that Banshee, so that's why the toss player went for the Observer, but as you can see down here, he actually sent the Observer all the way down to the base, so unfortunately was not in his base to set up a defense. We have a command center being built right here, going to start his expansion, so the Terran finally going for his and going for the more aggressive start, so that's why we're seeing it a little bit later on than the Protoss side. We have the first siege tank coming out now. It has not researched siege mode yet, but I'm sure that it's on its way, and in fact, it is just about done, so Goody way on top of that, so we're going to see where he puts his command center. We'll probably see him place it over here, but you never know. Being built right there, though, you got to expect that's where it's going. But again, the Protoss player, Duckloadra, he's doing his best to keep vision on the map. Good player. Well, again, though, the Banshee applying harassment. No Observer up here. He has not had the chance to build cannons up here either. And again, now a Stalker might be dropping right here, getting it really low. Not going to be enough to take it out. Can he pick off at least one? Now he turns his attention once again onto these probes right here. We have ports coming in, more Stalkers, but it's really going to do nothing. Again, the Banshee is still stealth right now, and there's just absolutely nothing they can do. They finally are able to spot him from the Observer being here, so they're going to take out the Banshee, but at what cost right there? He definitely lost quite a bit amount of probes once again. 25 units lost in total. And I honestly believe actually all the units have been probed, so even so, 20 to 25 probes being lost already at this point in the game. That's just a very aggressive play from Goody, and knowing how to use those Banshees, definitely. It's just a little bit unfortunate on Duckloadra's side. You figure he has finally got up a Forge now as well, finally figuring that he needs to get those Photon Cannons up because the Observers just do not move fast enough, and he's had them out of position in terms of countering those Banshees on top of the pros. We have more Stalkers coming in now. It looks like, to take a look at the units tab, it looks like we got 9 Stalkers in total, as well as the 4 Zealots, so basic army being built right here for Duckloadra, whereas the Terran side, definitely more diversity. He has a 1 Helion. We'll see if he tries to send that in when the probes and once again cause some harassment. That's obviously really, really effective strategy there from the Helions, from Terran players, putting it behind those probes and really causing even more heavy harassment. So we'll see if we have that happen. You see a defense again being set up, so the expansion was built right here to the right, the bunker right in front. We have a siege tanks, 3 siege tanks, in fact a 4th one now coming, so I don't know how much this attack is going to do right here. A nice scout with the Marine scouting way out in front to see if an attack is coming, so Goody knows that they are nearby, but of course the Stalker is not going to choose to initiate. If they were right there, absolutely no chance. But I definitely don't think that was his goal in mind anyways, more so to just kind of scout out and see what he can get. But he definitely probably has the idea. And look at these Helions coming from behind right here, setting the rally points, scouting things out themselves, maybe looking to catch an expansion being built from the Protoss player. But as you can see from the mini-map, that is not going to be the case, at least at this point. We'll see where it takes him in terms of scouting things out right here. He is going to run into the space. He's going to run into these Zealots. He's actually very, very powerful against these Zealots. But here comes the Stalkers from the backside, and these Helions getting trapped right here. One of the Helions go down. They got one of the Zealots. The other Zealots trying to take out another one. There goes 2 Zealots. So it's a 2-for-1, 2-for-2 exchange actually, and definitely not what Goody was looking for. Unfortunately, he's now going to run even into more Stalkers. The auto attack's coming out, barely getting away with any life. 20 life on both those. Oh, but now he's going to find the other expansion over here. Maybe going to try to take out this Photon Cannon before it gets built. You see him microing them. The Stalkers are still running in, trying to get there before you can take it out. Yeah, that's they're not going to be able to, unfortunately. Just not powerful enough. They're not necessarily good on